On today's Daily Slab, we are going to be looking at Trae Young cards. We're also going to be checking out a pretty cool story about the last box on a shelf. And we are going to cover an observation that SlabStox as a company Aaron and I had last night during the PWCC live stream. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's Daily Slab. Welcome everyone to the Daily Slab. I am Nate, and the trender for today is Trae Young. So if you go on Card Ladder right now, and you go to their ladder section, and you type in today's date, June 13th. I guess this was done on June 11th, but still should still be applicable. You type that in, you'll find, and then drop the price or go from percentage decrease down. So the highest percentage decrease in the last year down. You will find something interesting, and that is a lot of NBA young NBA players at the top of this list for the largest percentage decreases in the past year for cards over $1,000 currently. So we're talking big cards here. It is a lot of young NBA players. But surprising to me, at least, was that it wasn't the Ja Morants that populated the most of the list, or the Zion Williamsons, who have had their fair share of issues either staying on the court, or legal issues, or Instagram issues, or Zion new issues that he's had that we're not going to get into. It's not them. In fact, it's Trae Young who has the most names. When I did this on June 11th, there was 5 Trae Young cards that had the biggest decreases in the top 21 cards that decreased in the past year. 5 of them out of 21, including the top 2. The top 2 were his NTRPA out of 99 BGS 95. Now, there could be some play in there with the subgrades. So then you have the White Sparkle PSA 10 that you can see on the graph right here. So that White Sparkle was the second biggest dropper of the last year, with the BGS 95 NTRPA being the first. Zion and Ja, both of who have had major issues, I would say, have 6 combined cards in the top 21. Trae Young has 5. So just think about that for a moment. Trae Young, who as far as I know has not done anything bad or does not get his name out in public for bad reasons, has decreased further in price than 2 guys who have had their names all over the place for reasons you don't want. Pretty shocking. Pretty shocking to me. I mean, you have this Prism White Sparkle that has dropped 82% from $14,000, under $4,000, under $3,000, in fact, to $2,967. $14K to $2,967. That's insane. And it's insane what's happening to his market. I'm not 100% sure I get it. I get Trae Young. He's 6'1". He shoots a lot. He scores a lot. He doesn't add much else to the Hawks, and the Hawks have been disappointing since their Eastern Conference Finals appearance a couple years ago. So I understand that. But the fact that he has more cards that have decreased larger percentages than Ja Morant and Zion Williamson in the last year seems insane to me. Let me know what you think. You know, is Trae Young's market unfair, or does it just not matter and people just are out on him anyways? Next up, we have our post of the day, and this is a pretty cool one. So this comes from DC Sports 87. You can see a picture there with his daughter holding a card, and the card zoomed in, a Messi Select Retail 101 patch auto. Pretty cool. So he says, so I took my girls to Target to get a few packs of Pokemon cards. They had one lonely box of soccer cards sitting there for $30. My daughter said I should get it so I have something to open with them. I never buy packs for myself anymore, but I grabbed it, and the rest is history. 1 box left on the shelf, and that is what was in it. If I had $1 for every time I had a 1 box left on the shelf and I missed out on something major, I'd have a lot of dollars, especially having, seen what happens at Brewtown when I was working there. It was crazy, and then just knowing that when I would go into Brewtown without working there and buy boxes, and then it would be like, somebody hit this, and there was only 1 box left on the shelf. It happened to me with a Ronaldo auto. It happened to me with a Jacob deGrom 101 auto. I know there was 2 boxes one time left, and somebody pulled a Zion Williamson 101 auto out of it. And now this, 1 blaster box, 1 left, 1 101 auto. Absolutely incredible. incredible story, and congratulations to DC Sports Cards 87 for the massive pull. What a cool story. And then lastly, on what's happening, we had an interesting observation last night during the PWCC live stream on Sunday night, or 2 nights ago, I guess last night on the day I'm recording. And there was a ton of prospect autos on the PWCC live stream of former top prospects, and the prices were not drastic. In fact, you have right here the Will Myers, a little post Aaron put up on the Daily Slab email. If you want to sign up for that, you can go to SlabStox.com and put your email address in the first box you see. You get the Daily Slab email right away every single day. But you have this Will Myers 2011 Bowman Sterling Canary 101 BGS 9.5 that sold for $82 Sunday night. Back in 2012, BGS 9.5 Black, numbered to 25, same card, same guy, Will Myers. But Black out of 25, BGS 9.5, sold for $102 back in November of 2012. Over 10 years ago, a Black BGS 9.5 sold for more than the Canary sold today, and that was well before people spent a lot of money on cards. And it's another feather in the cap of proving that you should sell your cards when you get the chance, because Will Myers was as high as 3rd or 4th on MLB Pipeline back in the day for prospects. And obviously they've gotten better at prospecting, but, Bobby Witt was number 1. He's been struggling. Gunnar Henderson was number 1. He's been struggling. Riley Green was number 1. He struggled last year. He's been better this year, but he's injured. Prospecting is not a science, or it's not an exact science. And it's not easily done, and people get it wrong all the time because they're betting on other humans being good at their job, and sometimes things just happen, and they're not. And you get guys like that, where $82 for the 101, when almost 11 years ago, the Black sold for more, when it wasn't a high buying time, right? And you get guys, there was Matt Davidson cards in there, 101s, that sold for like $50. There's David Dahl. Chris Bryant won an MVP, won a World Series. You had Bowman Chrome BGS 9.5 autos of him selling for $55 last night. But it's not just like old guys that, like, yeah, obviously their careers haven't panned out like we expected. It's also new guys. Scott Kingery, he's been around for a few years. He had cheap prices last night. But also Vaughn Grissom. Vaughn Grissom was called up last year. He's still young. He was called up last year to fill in for Dansby Swanson. Or not Dansby Swanson, but play second base, maybe Ozzie Albies. Anyways, Vaughn Grissom was called up last year, shortstop, young, Braves. And PSA 9 autos back in August were going for $305. $305 for Vaughn Grissom. Well, this year came, spring training came, he did not make the team. He then gets called up briefly when Orlando Arcia got injured, and then he got sent back down. And now a Vaughn Grissom BGS 9 base auto. I know it's not the same grade, BGS 9, PSA 9. But it sold for $32 last night. So a PSA 9 back in August, selling for $305, to a BGS 9 selling in June the next year for $32. And he's still a young player. And so if you have the chance to sell your cards and not hold on to them, and not, oh man, Vaughn Grissom is going to be a star, I can make a ton of money, look how young he is. Sometimes it's just worth taking the money and moving on to the next guy, because you do not want that to happen to you. So keep that in mind when you're prospecting. Not a science, and a lot of times it's difficult. All right, thank you everyone for watching today's Daily Slab. If you enjoyed this video, please click that like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe, and I will talk to you tomorrow for the next Daily Slab. See you, everyone.